Hey guys, it's Knight with Become the Guitarist, and welcome back to another episode of Honest Unfiltered Opinion, also known as my every single show. Samurai Guitarist released a video literally a week from today where he committed the absolute sacrilege of playing that bullshit country over top of metal. Shots have been fired, motherfucker. I am now returning the favor by desecrating that which he loves with the hackiest of metal solos I could possibly play over top of a pop country song. I am sorry that you had to listen to that ego-fueled vomiting of notes that was that shitty-ass solo. I am sorry that it was played sloppier than Stormy Daniels' Day Job. And I'm gonna be a little bitch and make one excuse as to why it was as sloppy as it was. I just 3 days ago put on new strings that are my first time in my life playing 12 to 52 gauge strings tuned to C standard. I'm learning Panic Attack by Dream Theater in drop B flat, and I'm just thinking to myself, I really do suck. All right, all the bullshit aside, I was actually very impressed with Samurai Guitarist and the different ways he was able to take these genres that were completely metal inappropriate and make them feel at least somewhat appropriate, if not spot the fuck on. The bluegrass solo that he did with that acoustic guitar was actually genre correct because it was a more symphonic style of metal. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, dude, why don't you just get yourself a gig with one of those bands? Oh yeah, money. That's not a knock, that's just fucking truth, man. You don't get involved with those bands unless you're actually passionate. And when he played the kitchen country, I'm doing it again. And when he played the country kitchen solo over top of that metal track, I just thought to myself, dude, if you ran that telly through a TS-808 and a 5150, that's a rippin' metal solo that would put a lot of people to shame. I also died a little bit inside knowing that Samurai Guitarist who loves country can play a metal solo better than I can. After the novelty of it wore off and I was actually just admiring the craftsmanship, I thought to myself, how did he approach this? I imagine what he most likely did was take some common licks in the styles that he is familiar with and just alter a couple of notes slightly and time things to be rhythmically accurate. Whereas when I did my solo, I just told that country song to get fucked with a rake. It was very interesting to me and intriguing that those small tweaks, just changing one note in each lick or maybe two notes in each lick, and just being rhythmically aware of what's happening in the song made it work. So then I started thinking, how could it work? Because apparently all I do is ask myself questions all the fucking time. And then it really honestly dawned on me, all of these genres across the board have their roots in blues and classical. Obviously, I am a lover of classical, and that is even the roots of blues, but I mean, blues, I think, in and of itself is very much a fundamental when it comes to music. It's based upon the pentatonic scale. For those of you who don't know what the pentatonic scale is, penta means 5, and tonic is mixed with gin, so 5 gin and tonics. After you drink 5 gin and tonics, you are now able to play the blues on command. Alright, no, seriously, it just means it's a 5-note scale, and it's always the specific words that come out of my mouth that are never fucking right. They are 5 specific notes, whether you're in pentatonic major or pentatonic minor. Most blues is in pentatonic minor because everyone knows that minor's fucking better. And the thing that really gets me about the pentatonic scale is it shows up in multiple different cultures' music across the world. There is something about the pentatonic minor scale that is fundamentally embedded in people. I mean, I could be wrong on this. It's just based upon what I'm observing. After all, I have had 5 gin and tonics. We'll cut that part out. And then I realized something that I've been aware of this entire time and never really put 2 and 2 together. I've been neglecting the blues. I definitely don't remember as much classical theory as I had learned in college, and I wish I did because there's some absolutely gorgeous stuff in there. So gorgeous. Frickin' Debussy, frickin' Chopin. One of the reasons why I have a natural aversion to blues is because I find it overly simple. It doesn't really speak that much to me. Now, I might not have to love the blues or have to be a blues master, but I should really study it more because I am neglecting the fundamentals of the stuff that I love. People talk about music having roots. Let's think about even before the roots. Let's think about blues as the bulb. Your bulb can be shriveled up in a mockery, which is basically what my blues bulb is. Or your bulb can be beautiful, very unique and personal, and also just absolutely intricate in such a weird way. Yet in such a simple way, because it's just a stupid fucking bulb. When you finally plant that bulb and it's allowed to grow and sprout, that bulb, which on the surface looks like nothing, grows into this absolutely beautiful tree that is unique and of its own. That's like saying is unique and unique. Good job, Mike. To explain the analogy that I just made, the blues is our foundation, which is obviously very simple at its roots, and you can expand upon it as much as you would like to. It is from these roots, or this bulb, where we start hanging our dressings of different genres that have grown from the blues, or for that matter, from classical. There is something about that pentatonic scale. There is something about making reference to that pentatonic scale. Your tonic, your subdominant, your dominant. It's very rudimentary within us. And understanding how to navigate that landscape in the most efficient way possible, and also the most personal way possible, is in and of itself core to any other genre you want to do. I want to have a big, beautiful tree. My bulb sucks. I can hang a lot of dressings on that tree. I can hang a lot of interesting stuff on that tree. But at the end of the day, unless I come back here to the bulb, I will be extraordinarily limited as to how I will be able to speak to others. So that's my challenge to all of you out there. One, if you laugh at the blues, learn the fucking blues. The blues is important to all of us. You gotta go experience it. You don't have to love it, you have to study it if you're gonna take music seriously in any level. Every once in a while it tickles my fancy. Usually I just find it to be monotonous after a while. But trying to dig through the monotony to understand the personality that's in the blues and how the personal is expressed through the simplest of forms is a large part of understanding the blues. And then for those of you out there who already love the blues and will not move away from anything that's very blues based, learn to dress your shit up. You don't technically have to, but let's be real, it's gonna help you with your development as a musician, and it's gonna feed back to your blues. It's gonna take you from what to what? Some of the greatest blues players that you've ever heard didn't just learn all of their shit from other blues players. They adopted from other styles that we would call dressing up your tree or your bulb, or I don't know. This analogy is so fucked at this moment. Learn something other than blues. Thank you. So that's all I wanted to say. Samuraiguitarist is a badass. Go watch his video where he played those solos because, man, were they cool. And it was just a fun video in general. For the month of February, I have a sale going on for my t-shirt. You can go to the link in the description. Use promo code MUSICSNOB, all caps, all one word, and you will get $4 off your order. If you like what I do on this channel, please support me on Subscribestar. I cannot emphasize this enough. This is the only way I can keep YouTube my job. And you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, @BecomeTheKnight. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next video. Rock on!